This seems to be a trend, high-end influencers having their awakening and getting rid of a lot of their stuff. I've said before that this seems disingenuous. It's the trend now to be a minimalist. Blah blah, she is an influencer, so luxury is no longer trendy, so she switches her channel to be purest of them all. It's for likes and subs, but since she caters to young and naive, she will have followers. Ah, I get it. It's a marketing campaign. Slimy, however, very clever. Nonsense, you probably gotta pay your debt. Is this a trend now, clickbait? So many people are doing these videos. Have fun shopping at Target and Walmart. Can you say made in China? So you are selling all bags and not even keeping 2 or 3? Sorry, I don't believe that. Everything to get more subscribers. I think you are in giant debt, just like the rest of handbag collectors on YouTube. Oh my God, are you broke? I'm gonna be completely honest in telling you that these comments did hit home for me because there is some truth to them. There was a time in my life that I was broke and homeless. You see, when I was 16 years old, I was living with my parents and they told my brother and I that they were getting a divorce. It felt like my entire world came crashing down and everything I thought I knew about my life and my family was over. The situation my parents were in at the time left us without a home. So my mother, my little brother, and I had to pack up whatever belongings we had and move into my grandfather's tiny apartment in Toronto, where we lived for 8 months until we could get back up on our feet. It was a humiliating experience and it forced me to quickly abandon my childhood and become a source of strength for my mother and my brother. This experience also taught me that I couldn't depend on anyone but myself. I no longer felt safe and secure in my life and I was always fighting for survival and control of my own destiny. From that point forward, I was determined to become successful and help my family any way I could. I worked multiple jobs while working on several side hustles for the first couple of years while finishing high school at the same time. I had an insatiable appetite to succeed. I never wanted to experience the feeling of being without a home or money ever again. And finally, all of that grit and persistence started to pay off. Within 2 years of being without a home, I bought my first car. Within 3 years, I moved into my first apartment. Within 5 years, I was a partner at a Canadian digital advertising agency. And within 7 years, I launched my first YouTube channel and an international beauty brand that would generate millions over the next 10 years. And by the time I hit my mid-20s, I had become more financially secure and independent than I've ever been in my life. I turned nothing into something, and that is one thing no one can take away from me. I could afford to buy myself almost anything I wanted. I finally had financial freedom and didn't have to ask for anyone's permission or approval to do what I wanted with my money. But as a young and inexperienced entrepreneur, I foolishly thought that things would only go uphill. I never anticipated that one day business could slow down or come to a complete halt until it did. My worst nightmare of potentially losing everything all over again was starting to unfold right before my eyes. It was a hard, painful lesson I had to learn in order to come out the other side stronger. I had to figure out how to double down in an uncertain situation and live with the bare minimum. Paycheck to paycheck, as they call it, until I could figure out my next move. The most resilient humans on this earth are not the ones that get to the top, but the ones that continue to get to the top after being pushed down again and again and again. Fast forward a few years later and I finally find my grounding. I make smarter financial decisions, make purposeful investments for my future, and slowly but surely I started to rebuild and rise up again. Today, I can confidently say that my financial worries are far behind me. I have a diversified portfolio of investments and businesses under my belt, and I am prepared to take on any nosedives that come my way because I know they will. It's just a matter of time and circumstance. So to answer the question, am I broke? The answer at the moment is no. But As a more seasoned entrepreneur, I am not oblivious to the possibility of one day having everything disappear again. And it probably explains why I don't have any emotional attachments to things unless they have sentimental value to them, is because I know that they could be here one day and gone the next. So take it from someone who has come from nothing and had everything, almost lost everything again, and then rebuilt everything once more. Things are just atoms like everything else on this planet, with shiny labels, beautiful packaging, and convincing stories. That's it. The only things in life that have real value in our lives are the intangible things, the memories we create, the connections we have, and the love we share. Nothing more, nothing less. With that being said, my decision to get rid of almost all of my luxury possessions has nothing to do with my financial security, but it does sadden me that our culture assumes that if someone is selling all of their luxury possessions, they must be in financial trouble. When in fact, most of the time, when you see people walking around with luxury labels, they're probably in debt. This is part of the problem, and our culture associates wealth and success with luxury. And if we're not wearing designer labels from head to toe, not driving the most expensive cars, not living in multi-million-dollar mansions, and not traveling to the most exclusive destinations on earth, then there must be something wrong with our status in society. I realized that I have a voice and an opportunity to help impressionable people of all walks of life who feel the need that they have to keep up to feel worthy. I don't want to be part of this toxic culture that is encouraging out of control spending sprees for external validation. I can easily afford any of these luxuries I desire, but I choose not to waste my money on those things because A, I believe most of those things are not worth it and are simply just a status symbol. And B, I believe great personal style is not determined by the amount of luxury labels in your closet. And C, I also think that your quality of life is enhanced by the memories you create with the ones you love most, not by how much money you spend. So don't believe the hype, it's not real. And when it comes to your personal style, it's just that. Personal. And buying into these labels does nothing but make you blend in with everyone else trying to be part of the exclusivity club. I recently sat down with fellow YouTuber, the wonderful Caleb Snell from Chicago, Illinois, and I gave him full freedom to ask me all of your hard questions about my recent closet purge and this personal transformation journey that I have embarked on. He did not hold back, and I laid it all out on the line. So here's a little sneak peek of our conversation.
How did you feel about the response videos that you received?
Honestly, I was taken aback. I didn't expect to get the response that I did.
What was it about this journey that kind of made you take a look at the designer things in your closet and say, this is no longer who I am?
I thought that if I had all of these luxury items that I would feel accomplished.
You mentioned in your video that you were done with these designer things and letting them define you. You still own many things that render the same results that those other status symbols held. In the future, will you be like maybe downsizing your home or maybe changing cars, things like that?
Honestly, I never wanted such a grand house.
One of the questions that we received was some of them expressed feelings of maybe having been duped.
Sorry, I'm getting emotional about this.
I answered all of your questions, from whether I am becoming a minimalist, if I am doing all of this for the attention, if I'm launching a clothing brand, and so much more. So if you want to watch the full interview, it is now available on Caleb's YouTube channel, which I will link in the cards here and also in the description box below. I also know that many of you wanted to see what I have kept in my closet, so I will give you a little behind the scenes tour of what my closet looks like at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a quick tour of what my closet looks like after the closet purge. So this is my closet when you walk in. I'm going to just do a quick little pan of everything so you can see. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the shoe wall here. If you guys have seen my closet tour video that I did with my husband, you'll see that I have purged majority of my shoes. These are most of the shoes that I have left. So I have a few heels left. These Manolo Blahniks I kept just because they're sentimental to me. These were one of my wedding shoes and I decided to keep one of the two. Then I have a few pairs of heels just for special occasions or date night. I don't have many left. This is literally all I have in terms of heels and kitten heels. The rest are flats, loafers, and flat sandals. And as you can see, there is a lot of space in between, which I really like aesthetically. I feel like I have most of my bases covered when it comes to footwear, especially when I'm going out and about. And you can also see that everything that I've left is neutral. So this makes getting dressed so much easier because everything is within the same tone and it just makes my life so much easier. Then over here, this is like my spring summer rack. So I know it looks full, but I had a ton of clothes in these black wardrobes here that I moved onto these racks here. And I got rid of the things that I just didn't find myself gravitating towards because it just wasn't appropriate for my lifestyle. So fancier dresses and skirts and such. Also, again, it's predominantly neutral. And these are the things that I have had for years and have reworn again and again. So yeah, this is what I have left. A couple pairs of flat sandals down below there too. Up at the top, I have one more pair of flat sandals over here. These two mini Jody bags are pretty much the only luxury designer bags I kept, and also this book tote just because it's personalized and has my name on it, and I'm not sure anyone wants to own a bag with my name on it, so I decided for now to keep it. But this is my more elevated, I would call, spring summer wardrobe that I keep here. And as you can see, I have lots of space in between the hangers, which visually I really, really love. And I can honestly say that all of these pieces that are hanging here, I have worn multiple times. Over here used to be my handbag collection. So as you can see, I have 4 left that are sitting on the shelf here. So these are the bags that I gravitate towards the most. I wear them on repeat. So on the sides, I have my 2 Cara handbags, and in the center, I have my 2 Sangman handbags. I love these Sangman handbags because they are super versatile. You can wear them in 3 or 4 different ways, and I get so much wear out of them, and the quality is incredible at a really good price point. And I love that they don't have any like prominent logos on them. So if you notice, everything that I've kept in terms of accessories doesn't have a loud logo on it, with the exception of my Hermes Chypras and Orange, and I have a couple pairs of Chanel, but like they don't really have much of a logo on them just because they're super comfortable and classic and timeless, and I've worn them countless times. And especially the Orange and the Chypras, I just feel like I get so much wear out of them. So that's why I decided to keep them. So as you can see, this shelf is very empty. If you're counting just the handbags that I wear on a regular basis, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one I may or may not still sell just because I feel like I'm not really getting that much wear out of it. And I would prefer to replace it with a more simple, like non-logo raffia bag, because I do only use this bag for the beach or for lounging by the pool. I do want to mention that I intend on adding a couple of handbags here that I feel like I'm missing, more casual, versatile, everyday bags. I need like a tote that would function both as a mom bag and as like, you know, a nice bag that I can take to a restaurant if I'm out with my kids. But I also don't want anything with a logo. I just want super high quality, and it doesn't have to be luxury. I want to make that very clear. And I definitely do not intend on replacing everything that I've sold. I'm much happier with less here. So if we move over here, this is my fall winter wardrobe. I have a lot of denim, even though I got rid of a lot of it because this is what I wear the most all year round, not just in fall and winter. I have some of my precious blazers. Blazers is something that I wear all the time. And these are like my more fancy blazers, if you want to call them. And these are just like little jackets, cardigans that I wear all throughout the year, depending on the weather. And up here is what's left of my designer sneaker collection. So as you can see, I did keep this pair of Chanel sneakers only because they are insanely comfortable and I feel like the logo is more muted on them. So I decided to keep them for now because I do wear them a lot. This black and white pair of Celine sneakers, again, I kept them because they are super comfortable and versatile and I wear them a lot. Do I wish that they didn't have a logo on them? Absolutely, but that's besides the point. These were a pair of Celine high tops, as you can see, but they had Celine all over them. Like, it was insane how many logos they had on them. I think it's excessive. So as you can see, I asked my daughter if she wanted to redesign my beloved sneakers, and she did. And I think they turned out even better than they were originally. And I love that they're one of a kind. And this is something that I will keep forever because now it has sentimental value to it. So I want to bring you guys over to this side of my wardrobe, which I feel had the biggest transformation because I used to not have any space in between the hangers. And as you can see, when I move things, I have like almost half of the rack left. This is still really full. If I'm honest, I barely got rid of anything from this rack because these are all my t-shirts. And I feel like this is something that I wear every single day, which is why I have so many of them. A lot of white t-shirts, a lot of black t-shirts. They're a daily staple in my life. So I still have a lot of my t-shirts. Here I also got rid of a ton of long sleeve shirts. So as you can see, if I go like this, I still have a lot of space. I couldn't even do this before. Everything was just so crammed and tightly packed that I had none of this space. This does not exist. So down here are shorts. As you can see, there's a huge difference in the shorts. I got rid of a ton because I realized that I just don't wear shorts a lot. So there was no point of me having so many when I don't wear them on a daily basis. So this process really taught me what I wear the most and what works with my lifestyle and what I feel comfortable with. So as you can see, this is full because I love t-shirts. I wear them all the time. They're super versatile. I don't wear shorts as much, so I have a lot less of them. Over here, this is my knitwear rack. So this also had zero space. I was not able to do this before. This entire section was crammed with knitwear, and I do have a lot of knitwear. And that's because I live in Canada and I live in my knitwear for a lot of the year. And down below used to be my skirt rack. And as you can see, I only have 2 skirts. I love skirts. I love how they look on other people, but for whatever reason, I noticed that I just don't feel my best in them. So that's why I only have these 2. And I have a few maxi skirts that I moved to my spring and summer rack, and a couple at the end here for my fall winter rack. Then over here, I got rid of a few of my blazers. So I still have these 6 more casual blazers, as I would call them, because I wear blazers a lot. And these are just like my everyday kind of like extra layer jacket. So I have 2 cardigans, gray and black, that I just throw over if I'm running out of the house and I just need an extra layer to keep me warm, and these 3 denim jackets, which I wear on repeat. Then I have my trousers. I still have quite a bit of trousers, even though I got rid of a lot, but there's still a lot of space. And trousers, honestly, are something that I wear probably just as much as denim. So they're definitely a staple in my wardrobe. I love wearing trousers and styling them, dressing them up and down. And yeah, they're a staple in my wardrobe and definitely part of my personal style. And This rack also had a huge improvement. Like, I did not have any of this space before. So these are dresses, like longer dresses that I just didn't feel like they fit in my wardrobe space over there. So I have them hanging over here. And these are my more casual denim, like denim that I don't care getting ruined if I take my kids like painting or whatnot. I feel like these are really necessary for my life because my fancy denim, those are for going out. And if I got those ruined, I would be really disappointed. So that's why I do have some extra denim over here that I call like my more casual mom denim that I wouldn't mind if it got ruined. And that is it. That is what is left in my closet. I do want to mention that I'm constantly in the process of cleaning my closet out and purging things to make more space so that it's easier for me to get dressed in the day, not because I want to replace things in my wardrobe. I just found that having less in my life just makes my mind feel more clear and decluttered. And honestly, I've really been enjoying having only pieces in my wardrobe that I know make me look and feel my best. As for the future of this channel, my intention is truly just to empower as many people as I can to step into their most authentic selves, find their unique personal style, and always question everything. In my upcoming videos, I plan to share how I am approaching my wardrobe with purpose and with mindful attention to longevity, quality, and sustainability, how I discovered my personal style so I can help others do the same, and talk about the high quality brands and products that I see having longevity in my life and maybe yours too, without any pressure of buying anything. I truly feel like it's my duty to remind you that you don't have to buy everything that I or anyone else talks about. I want to encourage you to think for yourself and make your own decisions based on what aligns the most with your true self. If you enjoyed this video, I think you're going to enjoy this one too, where I talk about how the beauty industry is making us feel ugly. It would also mean a lot to me if you would consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Your support allows me to continue having these hard, open conversations. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.